where his private jet yesterday. So here's the way Michael Irvin rolls. Private jet couldn't join us yesterday because, NetJet only had a couple hours to get him to where he was going. And then slinging Cape Codders with Post Malone there. Michael Irvin, good afternoon.
Every time I hear that, whew, I'm so glad nobody caught me driving in a car talking like that. I was slurring. I was like, hey, well, okay, that doesn't sound right. I'm glad I had my driver sitting right there. Because, you don't think you might have had enough, and you try to do some things, you're like, man. But when you hear that, it's like, okay, yeah. I did the right thing. I knew I shouldn't have gotten in no car. I just knew I shouldn't have got. I'm glad I had my driver right there with me. But yeah, man, we had a great time, man. That was a great time. And Post, you guys know, Post's dad has worked at the stadium forever. His dad worked at the stadium.
No kidding.
When I was growing, yeah, right. Rich Delrip, who used to be the sports information director. Mm-hmm. His dad's name Rich also. One time I'm running to the stadium, running late. And I'm looking for Rich Delrip, and somehow, I don't know how, I mistakenly dialed his dad's number. And I'm called it. I was like, hey, Rich, I'm coming in. Rich, he said, excuse me? I said, yeah, this is Michael. Michael Irvin. Rich, why are you tripping? He said, excuse me, Michael. I think you're looking for Rich Delrip, but this isn't Rich. It's Rich Post. I said, oh, okay, I didn't know that. But that's before he had Post. And now, we're good friends, and he always say, I raised Post right. I raised him as a Cowboy, but Post is a great dude, man, a huge Cowboy fan.
So have you known him since he was like a baby, or like how long have you known Post Malone?
Well, I've known him since he was a baby, but I've known his father.
Got it.
I know his father, and his father, his father always brags about he raised him right. And let me tell you something, man. When we go to that dinner, what's great about him, really, and why I love him. Is when we go to a dinner like that, he's Post Malone. He can sit, we got this big old table here. He can sit at any one of the heads of the table, and nobody will say anything except you do know, like, Dad sat at the head. Dad got there, sat down. We say, okay, you can have that. Just remember, that's where they're bringing the check. Right at that seat right there. Just remember. So Post kept saying, Dad is at the head. He gets the check, So we had so much fun with that. But Post, what I loved about him, with all of that, he never took the high road. He sat right between mom and dad, just like their little baby, and sat right there with his mom and dad. I thought that was beautiful. Just little things I think.
I know we busted your chops, Michael, a little while back when you forgot your glasses and turning into an old and all that stuff. Now it's good to know that you've made the same mistake that Bill Belichick has made. Belichick sent the text to the wrong guy. You called the wrong Rich. I mean, you're morphing into 70 right in front of us, friend.
Right. Mistakenly, when I wrote it the first time, family with Post, I wrote it right. The second time, don't have my glasses on, wrote Molone instead of M-A-L, went to the wrong Post Malone. I said, oh, my God, this is real old stuff I'm dealing with right here. You know what I mean? You can't see the difference between an A and an O without these glasses on. Trust me. And since they don't put them little red lines under the word anymore, why did they stop doing that? If you spelled it wrong, they used to put the little red line under the. I need that little red line. It tells me one of my A's ain't an O's and one of my E's ain't. You see what I'm saying? I need that little red line if I don't have my glasses on, especially.
Michael, what was your reaction to the Christian McCaffrey trade to the Niners?
Oh, my God. Are you joking? Now. The Niners are probably, if I called it, my second team that I really love in the NFC. You know what I mean? Because Deebo Samuel and a couple of guys over there are my guys. And I always talk to them. I love Kyle Shanahan. And I do a hit with 95, 95-7, the game. I've been doing it for the last 10 years, like with you guys. And I love it. I have fun with them. So I like to see them. But they are in the NFC. And I got to see them again. I mean, I want to see them. I love to see them. Just don't want to see them against the Cowboys. And now I certainly don't want to see them with Christian McCaffrey. That's a perfect fit. The perfect fit. One cut runner that can get you downfield, they get downfield fast. Anything you want to do out of the backfield, he has the ability to do it. I told you, this puts San Francisco right in the thick of things. For right now, the best team in the NFC.
Michael Irvin, we know the Patriots will play the Bears on Monday night. It is trending towards Mac Jones getting back in there. If you were Bill Belichick, how would you handle the quarterback situation on Monday?
Ain't this interesting, man? Because you remember last time you guys asked when we were in the midst of these, we both were in the midst of our backup quarterbacks winning games. Do we have this country? And I said, no, I don't think on either side, but man, you know, they made it easy when the carries turned back to a pumpkin for Cooper Kupp, because that's what happened in the Philly game. So the exchange is made easier. My driver, Mansour, is my dude. He always takes care of me back in Dallas. He said when I got in the car one day, he said, "Man, Michael, we really got to keep Cooper Rush in there. And we just can't go and take to that. We can't go back to that. We look so right with Cooper Rush." I said, "Man, come on, calm down. Cooper Rush threw for 100 yards. Calm down. This week when he picked me up, he said, "God darn it, we got to get that kid out of there. What is going on?" I said, "Man, that changed fast." I said, "How does that change?" Because he came out and in the leaves, you know, the buds had fallen off that rose, man, and them interceptions came. So it makes it easier to transition back to Dak. Even if Dak ain't 100% healthy, you go back to Dak now. That thing over there, it's getting a little shaky. You start putting up 35 points. Dallas was winning games strictly mostly on defense. Mm-hmm. When you start putting up 35 points, people start peeking over there. That wasn't no defense of 35 points. There was some offensive stuff. You have 112 passer rating right now, and that's what Zappi has, you know, and he has more wins. So, yeah, that thing kind of gets shaky. I don't know if you go and make the switch, but I tell you what, it does, as it was doing for Dallas. It gives you a little more time to make sure that Mac Jones is healthy before you make another move.
And, Michael, you obviously had Troy Aikman, so this never really came up, but I'm sure you talked to a lot of receivers around the league that they can say they like both quarterbacks when there's any kind of competition, but the truth is they like one more than the other, right?
One.
Yeah.
You better believe it. And look, conversations go on in the locker room. You know what I mean? You can't tell me, look, conversations were not going on in the locker room in Pittsburgh when Mitch Trubisky was in there. And then they put in the kid, Kenny Pickett, and you saw the explosion. You saw the connection between him and Kenny Pickett, George Pickens. You saw that connection. It feels like, man, they kind of rose up their play here. And it is true. You know, you see that. So yeah, that plays, that people say a lot of things. But trust me, you know who you want at quarterback. For me, you know, we had Steve Walsh. Remember, Steve Walsh came in Troy's rookie year. And Steve was nice. I just won a national championship with Steve. You know, just won a national championship with Steve. But Troy was the quarterback at this level, and I needed Troy. Steve's arm at college level worked pretty good. Steve's arm strength at this level was going to be a little different. That's even how I tore my knee up the first time.
The question of the week for Michael Irvin is brought to you by the Catches Law Group, New England's personal injury pros at catcheslaw.com. Michael Irvin, would you ever consider a face tattoo a la Post Malone?
Oh, no. No. No, it looks good on Post. You can put all those face tattoos on. He has a light, bright face. You start putting that dark stuff on this dark face, it just looks like a bunch of dirt on my face. It doesn't look like a real good tattoo. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't highlight off the right way. That black on black don't look as good as black on white or some other color. You know what I mean? Yeah. So no, I started getting tattoos. Well, I just look like I have a dirty face. You couldn't make out a thing on my face. So I just ain't going to do it.
Do you have any ink?
I have not one tattoo. Not one tattoo on me. I didn't come up in the tattoo era, and I know it. As hard as I work out, as much I know one day this skin go sag, and I don't want to. I don't want the skin to sag one letter into another, and we have a whole nother problem. If you know what I'm saying.
You're the best playmaker. Our buddy Michael Irvin with us on the Harbor One Hotline. Playmaker, thank you, friend.
Can you imagine this skin sagging one letter into another, then it looks like a whole new word? I was like, no, we just staying away from all that.
Yeah.
We're going to stay away.
Pats
fair.
turns
All
into
right,
bats
guys.
and all that. We'll
That's
see
no
you, man.
problem.
Thank
Right,
you,
right.
Michael.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. And it's going to happen. What do these people think going to happen at 65 and 75? You think that ain't going to just say, what you want me to do with me? You want me to leave? It's going to sag. That's what's going to happen. It's going to look bad. It's going to look bad.
It's going to look bad. Thank you, Michael. We'll talk to you
Thank
next
you.
week.
All right, guys.
All right, we'll see you.